I never planned on making this video. It wasn't something I thought I'd sit down and intentionally create. It all happened one quiet afternoon when everything was still, and my thoughts were louder than usual. I was alone, with only my heart, full of emotions and a phone in my hand. I don't even know what made me press record, but I did. I remember the hesitation, the brief pause before I started talking. This wasn't supposed to be a big moment, just me, a camera, and some words I didn't know how to say out loud until now. You see, this video isn't polished. It isn't perfect. There's no fancy setup, no script, no music playing in the background to make it feel grand. It's just me, speaking from the center of my chest, hoping that these words might finally tell you what I've been holding inside for so long, what I've never been able to fully share. It's about her, the woman who will forever be mine. I used to keep her close to my heart as a secret. I'd talk about her quietly when no one was listening. She was the reason I'd smile when people asked why I seemed different, why I seemed happier. I would always give a half-hearted shrug and say, just feeling good, never fully revealing the reason behind it. I kept her hidden, safe within the walls of my heart, because I wasn't ready to share her with the world. Not yet. But now, I want to show you who she is. This is my future wife. I speak those words with certainty, not as a hope or a dream, but as a knowing deep inside of me. She's not just someone I care about. She's the one I'm meant to spend my life with, the one who makes everything else feel lighter. In the video, it starts off simple. My hand holding the camera with a little bit of nervousness in my voice. I start by talking about how we met, how it wasn't anything extraordinary at first. Just a moment, a conversation that seemed like nothing special. But as I continued speaking to her, as I got to know her, it all grew. And I grew with it. I talk about how she doesn't even realize how much she means to me. She thinks I'm the strong one, the one who's always in control. But what she doesn't know is how many days I've gotten through because of her kind words, her soft laugh, the way she makes me believe in myself even when I feel like I have nothing left to give. She never asks for much. She never demands anything from me. All she does is wait. Wait for me, even when it's hard. She listens when I don't even know how to explain what's in my heart. And she loves me in a way that feels soft but also strong, the kind of love that stays even when life gets messy. I explain it all in the video. Every reason why I'm sure, why I know that she's not just someone I care for but someone I see beside me for the rest of my life. And just when you think I'm done, that I'm just going on and on about how I feel, I do something unexpected. I flip the camera for a brief moment, just long enough to show her. She doesn't know I'm recording. She's sitting there, lost in her world, maybe reading something, maybe just daydreaming. Her hair is a little messy, and she's wearing those same cozy clothes she always wears when she's around me. Comfortable, at ease, not trying to look perfect. And that's what makes her perfect. I whisper something then, just 5 words. No grand announcement, no big reveal. This is my future wife. It's not loud, it's not showy. It's just me, speaking the truth. No spotlight, no music, just me telling you who she is. And then, the video ends. But I want you to keep watching, not because there's some big twist, but because I want you to understand that sometimes love doesn't need loud gestures. It doesn't need a grand production. It just needs real moments, quiet, honest moments. When I posted the video, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't tell anyone I was going to post it. I didn't even tell her. It was late at night when I uploaded it. No hashtags, no captions, no attention-grabbing titles, just the video out there in the world. A quiet message, but with a loud meaning. Slowly, people started watching it. The views didn't skyrocket. It didn't go viral. But the people who watched it, they felt it. I started getting messages, even from friends I hadn't spoken to in months. Bro, that hit deep. Who is she? I've never seen you like this before. One message said, I cried, not because it's sad, but because it's real, and that one stuck with me. But there was one message I was really waiting for, hers. She hadn't seen it yet, or maybe she had, and she didn't know how to bring it up. It was the uncertainty of it all that made me anxious. I saw her the next day, and she walked into the room like nothing had changed. She smiled at me, asked if I slept okay. "Yeah," I said, "just thinking a lot lately. She nodded and didn't ask more. She never pushes me. We went about the day like normal, ate, laughed, but I kept watching her, waiting for any sign that she knew, waiting to see if she'd mention the video. And then, while we were sitting on the couch, she took out her phone. She opened a message and there it was, my video. Someone had sent it to her, not me, but someone else. She clicked play, and I froze. I didn't breathe. I just watched her watching it, watching herself, hearing my words. I saw her face, calm at first, focused on the screen. But then, I saw her eyes blink faster, a slight tremor in her expression. She paused the video, looked down for a moment, and whispered, "You really said all that?" I nodded. I didn't even know how to say it until now. She sat there, holding the phone like it was something fragile. She didn't say anything for a while, and then she smiled. Not a big smile, not one full of excitement, but a small, soft smile. The kind that says everything without saying anything at all. I didn't need her to tell me she loved it. I didn't need her to say she loved me. The way she looked at me in that moment, that told me everything I needed to know. It was like she finally understood that this wasn't just a secret, a quiet story I'd kept to myself anymore. It was real. And now, the whole world could see it. Not the world with flashing lights or social media likes, but the world that mattered. The people who cared. The people who had been part of our story without even knowing it. But there was one thing I wasn't ready for. The next morning. It started out slow, just like any other weekend. But it didn't stay that way for long. She called me, and her voice sounded a little shaken, like something unexpected had happened. "I didn't show anyone the video," she said softly, "but my cousin found it. She sent it to the family group." My heart stopped for a moment. "Your whole family saw it?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "Yeah," she laughed nervously. "Even my dad." That hit me hard. Her dad? He was the kind of man who didn't show his emotions easily. The kind of man who would look at me like I had something to prove. Like I wasn't quite enough yet. The kind of man who had never been easy to impress. But he watched the video. And when he finished watching, he just said one thing. "So this is the boy." I didn't know if that was a good thing or a warning. I didn't ask, but I was curious. "Did he sound mad?" I asked. "No," she said. "He sounded surprised, not mad. Just surprised that you were that serious about me." That sentence hit different. For so long, I'd felt like I had to keep everything quiet, like I had to keep our love under wraps, just to avoid stirring anything up. But now, the video had spoken for me. It had said what I hadn't known how to say, and it wasn't just a story I was telling in private anymore. It was real. It was ours. She told me that her mom cried when she saw it. She didn't say anything, just sat there, holding her tea, her eyes red. Her mom, the one who always seemed distant, always so composed, had tears in her eyes because of the love she saw on that screen. And then came the unexpected part. Her brother messaged me. We'd never really talked much before, just small talk at family gatherings. But now, he sent me a message that simply said, "Didn't think you had that kind of heart. Respect." That message made everything feel different. It wasn't about proving myself to anyone, but maybe, just maybe, I had. Not by showing off, not by doing something big and flashy, but by being honest. By letting my love speak louder than any silence ever could. That evening she called me again. "I think it's time," she said. "Time for what?" I asked, even though I had a feeling I knew. "Time for you to come over, to sit down with my parents, officially." My heart raced, but I kept my voice calm. "You sure?" "I've never been more sure," she said. There was a pause. "Now they've seen what I see." Finally. And so I went. Nervously, but I went. And when I walked into her house, it felt different. The air felt heavy with something I couldn't quite put into words. Something important was happening, and I was finally ready for it. We sat there together, family surrounding us. I knew this moment would change everything, and it did. As the days passed, and time seemed to stretch on, I found myself reflecting more on that simple yet life-changing moment. That moment when I had pressed record, not to make some grand declaration, but just to speak truth. In the quiet stillness of my room, with nothing but my own thoughts for company, I had poured out a part of my soul. I had spoken of her, the woman who would forever be mine. I didn't know it then, but that small act would change everything. That video wasn't about perfection.